Right. So, oh gosh, how do I see if people are live chat?
Has just joined.
Guest chat. There we go. Talk to. No, I don't want that. Hi, everybody. We are here today with the lovely Nikki from DrawMe Lincoln and who is friend of the SBB, known to the brand enthusiast, all-round legend. She is here also. She's also a fangirl of DrawMe, so that's why she's here on board. And we're going to talk about DrawMe Lincoln and the fantastic products they make, and also about sensory play. A lot of their products work hand in hand with sensory play. So we're just going to have a little bit of a chat. So, you're starting, aren't you? I think.
Yeah, I am.
Straight into it. Starting. So here we go.
So Nikki, just start off by telling us more about yourself and the business and your family and why you started up DrawMe.
Okay, so DrawMe and ColourMe. DrawMe goes under the name of ColourMe, just mainly because ColourMe was started. That was like the first kind of business that started back as lockdown hit. So me personally, I'm actually a nail technician. And when COVID hit, I had to stop work. I had a 1-year-old and I needed to find some way to bring money in. I'm quite a creative person, can't sit around. So it was literally just, I saw on Pinterest ways of getting creative with kids and bits like that. And it was one of the things of making crayons. So with my little boy, we made some crayons. And I just had this little spark for it. I was like, this is quite cool. I quite like this. What else can I do? Started making some little bits for my friends' kids who I used to send to them via post in lockdown. And everyone just loved them, as big a head as that sounds, because I think it was just something a little bit different. Yeah, so it was just like that, how it kind of came around. I started up an Instagram page for it, thinking, what's the worst what can happen? It's not my full-time job. I didn't ever expect it to become my full-time job. And it just blew up. I'm quite competitive in the ways of, I like to find new ideas. I like to be completely different and break boundaries with the crayon game. How DrawMe came about was I really wanted a name board for my son, Toby. And I think I was just showing Dan, my husband, them, who he's one of these people, he can do anything, weirdly. And he was like, I think I can make one of those. Off into the garage he went at the time and just came back out with his name board and was like, here you go. There's your name board. And I was like, oh, wow. That's really random. But okay, thank you. So yeah, and we just started, and again, friends saw it, a couple of friends wanted them. This was around about, I think this was late August this happened. And then I'd been doing ColourMe since the May that year. Late August, DrawMe started to come into place. We also started working with a couple of like small companies, started seeing a few of the bits we were making, because we started doing number boards, name boards, alphabet boards, things like that. And I already had my rep group for ColourMe, the crayon side. So I started showing them the bits and pieces as well, and they were loving it. So DrawMe was quite small then. How DrawMe kind of snowballed, exploded, should we say, was just in the October. Dan went out to the garage again with one of his ideas. This is going to sound really bad as a wife. He came in and he showed me this board he made, which was a gingerbread man. Just a wooden board of a gingerbread man, cut out the outline and put it on the side of the sofa, and went, I've made this for Toby. And I just looked at him and went, what is that? And that's so bad on my part, but I literally was like, well, that's just a bit of wood. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. so I sent it because I've got a couple of really good friends via Instagram called Katie and Laura, who they've been within the play industry for a very long time. I sent it to them and was like, what do you think to this? Like, Dan thinks this is a great idea. I think it's pretty useless personally. And they were like, this is amazing. This is great. You can use this in rice. You could use this with chickpeas. You can use all sorts. This is brilliant. Still not really sold to the idea. We started putting it out to a few other people. And just weirdly, we were like, what do we even name it? Like, what would you call it? And we obviously, you know, I'm not saying we ever technically that was the first sensory board, what was kind of made. Yes, name and number boards and alphabet boards were already on the market, but no one had actually done if I say a character, you know, or an item drawn onto an actual wooden board. And I think that year, if I'm right, we must have sold over 200 gingerbread boards.
Wow.
Sensory boards. It just blew up. I couldn't believe how crazy it went over this gingerbread man, which I said was rubbish. And I said was, you know, I don't think this will be good. I think this is and Dan said, no, this is going to be great. This is good. Yeah, and we sold absolutely loads. And then obviously that's when we were like, right, we need to get into more designs. So I think that year we quickly pulled together a Santa, a reindeer, and a couple of other bits. And then the demand for the sensory board was just huge. At that time, we had a very small machine. A lot of it was done by hand. As you can see on our Instagram, if you go right back to the start, which I've left on our Instagram, so you can see where we started, you know, and where we've come to today. Because I think that's very important to see, you know, see a business grow. Yeah, and then as the sensory boards got bigger and bigger and bigger, and the big business grew so much, we obviously bought better machines, and we bought better wood. You'll be able to see that by our Instagram as well. We've got this beautiful wood now. And yeah, we've got a full collection somehow of sensory boards. And we've also started going to mandalas now, which is great. We love those. They're big sellers. And we just started our Colour Me Club, which always has like the little mini boards with some loose parts and then a little bit of crayons as well. So we're bringing all the companies into one. But yeah, it was a lockdown business, which has grown amazingly. Wasn't sure how it would go after lockdown finished, but it's still there. It's still, business is doing great, and we're still producing new items, thinking of new ideas. We've got a brand new collection coming out at the end of May, which I'm really excited about. Emma's smiling because she knows what it is. But yeah, so yeah, we just keep trying to build the brand and bring in new products and fill the gaps what are in the market at the moment. Definitely.
That's amazing. And so here in the background, actually, there we go. On my shelves are my little collection of boards and trays, and also here we've got the earth board, the DrawMe earth board, and they're just so beautifully done. Like I remember snap. The order for this, I got this in the draft deal from the SBB at the same time, and I was literally blown away because I was not expecting them to be this chunky, such good quality wood, and even like the detailing on the back, if you can see, guys, how gorgeous is that? It's just those little finishing touches, like even within like the cuts there's no like rough edges, like it's those attention to details that really make your product stand out. So yeah,
it's definitely been a learning curve over the time, you know, but it's the finished product. It has to be perfect. And, you know, we like to stamp all of our boards now with DrawMe, so you know exactly it's come from us. You know what standard, you know, everything is UKCE tested, and everything meets all the requirements. So, you know, they are very safe for kids. Yeah,
they're fantastic. Well, the next question we were going to ask was what the difference between DrawMe and Colour Me, but you've definitely gone over that. So but is there anything further that you wanted to mention? So you started Colour Me first with the crayons, yes. And then in the August you pushed through DrawMe, with the boards. I feel like everyone needs themselves a Dan. Can I hire him?
Yeah, it's quite funny. I will literally.
Amazing.
I feel really sorry for him at the moment because I keep saying to him, like, okay, I want this. I think this is going to be amazing. Here you go. Make it happen. So he has some very long nights of designing on the laptop. Quite a lot of our boards are actually designed by Dan. I really want to stress that. Some of them obviously are quite basic designs like the earth and stuff, but all our mandalas are handmade. They're designed by Dan. Every line is put into place by him. And there's a lot of times he gets very stressed because he's like, it's just not working. But he always nails it. He always pulls through. He comes through, definitely.
Yeah, so honestly, he's very, very talented. And I have to say, my other half on the flip side, this was before we invested in our Wean, like the pickler triangles. I said I really wanted to get one for my middle son, and he was like, "Don't be silly." Like, similar thing. I'll make one. It was not. It was not a success. So I mean, it takes talent to actually, develop something and be able to create it to this standard. So I'm just a bit jealous and also blown away by the amazing talent that's gone into making these beautiful resources.
Oh, thank you. They've it's like our little baby now. We constantly ask for customers to give us feedback and always to let us know what they want to see as well, because we do a lot of research. We have a great lot of reps as well, which will always bring ideas to the table. But we really love feedback. So which if anyone ever wants to give us any, send us a message.
That's important. It's an important thing to be open to, really, to really, build yourself to the best you can be and like reflective of what your customers want. So yeah, that's amazing. There's just a couple of comments here. They look so amazing. And then someone's put, I can't see everyone's names, but someone else put, they are simply amazing. Heart emoji. You got a lot of love. A lot of love. So do you want to jump in with the next question?
Yeah, so you answered beautifully what prompted you to start the business, but I'm going to change that question. Just say, is this anything you sort of envisaged you'd go into? Have you always been that sort of creatively minded and thought this would be something you'd go into in the future?
If I'm completely honest, it was pre-COVID. I think, like everyone, no one expected it to happen. No one expected lockdown to happen. We were quite happy with our, lives, and you just kind of just got on with life. I've always been very creative because I do nails, and I used to work down in London, doing all like session work, and Dan, like I say, Dan's always been that kind of person where you kind of go, I want this. Actually, perfect example. I don't think you can see behind me. Before DrawMe even existed, one of my other little crazy ideas was I want a mud kitchen for our son. So off into the garage he went, and he came out with this amazing mud kitchen. I'll put that on our stories later so you can see that. But he's always had that way where he can just knock anything together.
Amazing.
We're always learning, and you always do learn, and you do get better with practice and things like that. But now a lot of my friends have asked me, is now COVID's over, now everyone can go back to their full-time jobs, will you stop Colour Me and DrawMe? Because are you going to go back to your normal lives? And I could never picture being without Colour Me and DrawMe now. It is definitely part of our lives, and it's a huge part of our lives now. Somehow we juggle it all. I have no idea because we have two very small kids. But yeah, I couldn't be, we couldn't be without it now. It is very much part of our lives, and it will be here for the foreseeable future.
Love that. Amazing. Fab. So just talk to us a little bit about the benefits of sensory play, because obviously your boards lend themselves, and the trays and everything lend themselves so well to loose parts and like rices and lentils and dry things. So what do children gain from playing in that type of way?
Okay, so a lot of our boards, especially like the ones to start with, is to really help fine motor skills, is with we mainly, well, didn't mainly do, but for chickpeas and felt balls, you know, with the tongs and kind of helping little ones help strengthen the hands. Yeah, is to, you know, you could put all the chickpeas in the grooves. They're big enough for that, because that's one thing we did make sure is all the grooves within the balls you can fit chickpeas in and you can fit rice in, you know. So then if, for instance, they, like our little boy, would just chuck all the chickpeas on, they can neatly go across, you know, wipe away, and it's filled in all the gaps really lovely to be able to see the final image. And I know our little boy, he absolutely loves it, is, you know, when he does kind of go away with the brush or with his hand, and he's like, oh, look, you know, it's now the astronaut. But yeah, especially the ladybird board, that's really good. That's used quite a lot with early maths as well, is using the dots with felt balls, is to put them on to either match up both sides or to help adding up. It's great for all ages, I would say. Early ages is just the sensory part with just kind of like with the rice and the chickpeas, going over, scooping, filling, fine motor skills, amazing. And then with the older ones, a little bit older kids, is some of our boards you can, like I said, with the felt balls, early maths, great. We've got a counting caterpillar as well, which is absolutely amazing. I've seen recently people use Play-Doh with that, you know, like little dots on each one, and then each time you count one, you squidge the Play-Doh down. Great idea. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. So it's not only can you use them with those sensory like items like the rice and the chickpeas and things, but like you say, people use them with Play-Doh. Like Em did a gorgeous one with the daffodil, and she pressed the Play-Doh into it and made a really nice, like, you know, kind of presentation that way. Like, and kids can enjoy squeezing and getting that sensory feel of pushing them into it. And also what we were doing over the weekend was my son was with his crayons, like rubbing over.
Crayon rubbing over the top. It's great.
Yeah, really fun activity for them to do. So.
And you can do that with all the boards, you know, with paper, with card, put a little bit of masking tape around the outside, stick the paper down, or even just hold it down. Any crayon over the top, it just gives a great image at the end. And the little ones are really excited to see the final image.
They really grow with the children, because obviously they're really useful very early years, up until sort of Elijah's age. He's 5, and he's still using them really nicely for that drawing over as well. So the fact that they're so multi-use is fantastic.
Definitely. And what I would say, like with the fine motor skills, we obviously had the paper over the board, he rubbed over it, and then like he got the edge of the crayon and his piece of paper, and then he tried to like draw in the lines, do you know, to get like so it's like it took.
It's helping them get creative as well, and inspiring them to play more, you know, to think about it that little bit more as well.
For sure, absolutely. Did you say am I hogging here, or is it my turn to answer?
I think it's my turn. So how do you pick the new designs for your boards, and what do you use for your inspiration?
Inspiration, it comes from, if I say everyday life, that might be quite cliche, is it literally, we're very much into nature, natural nature kind of side of things. You'll see a lot of our boards, like our leaf wheel, our seed wheel, especially when it comes to autumn time, I kind of explode with ideas, because I'm like, oh, you know, I love everything outside. The board side, I love all the different types of boards with the leaves, and then with the crayons, it's like all the different colors. Inspiration, we try to release, I would probably release boards every week if I could, but I know you've got to kind of put a cap on it a little bit. We try and do it seasonal as well, and that's one of the main things, is we try to keep, like, I've got a couple of ideas already for autumn, but we'll keep that then. We're really trying to stick with coming into summer now, a few of our summer ones. We have a lot of really good support from, I think I've said before, like our reps, and very loyal customers of ours as well. We've got some brilliant loyal customers of ours, which will just kind of pop us a message, go, have you ever thought about doing this one before? And then, you know, it just kind of takes off that way. We want to keep to basics as well. You know, you don't want to have 1,000,001 sensory boards of everything what's in your kitchen cupboard. You know, you need to keep it to what also fits with early years and what's also going to help them learn, you know, as well. Like, you know, that's why we have our space range. You have, you know, your Earth board, your astronaut, your rocket, and Saturn, because they're very known for space. When you think of space, they are the first 4 you think, rather than going on to all the rest of the space you think. These are the 4 where if you ask our child, he would say those 4 to us. Probably not Saturn, but he would say an astronaut, you know, like that. Is we want to also keep it simple, but make sure kids can, you know, relate to it as well, to all our boards. You know, we're not going to do some kind of board where a child goes, I have no idea what that is. A lot of the time what we do is Dan will design something on the laptop and he'll point it and show it at Toby, our little boy, and go, what do you think? What is it? And, you know, if he gets excited and he can tell us exactly what it is and he knows what to do with it, we're like, that's a winner. Because he's 3.5, so he's that perfect age.
Yeah, he's your first quality control point.
He is, yeah. One of the new products that's coming out, we did last night. I won't say what it was. We did last night, and we gave it to our little boy, and he's been playing with it all this morning. So I'm like, that's got to be a winner. So we do let him play with them first. And sometimes what we do with our boards is we actually give them to him, not telling him what to do, and just to see what he does with it. Yeah, and then we can then go on from that to see, okay, we need to be producing this, or we need to be incorporating this into our boards. Some of the times, there was a couple before where he's just taken them into the garden and just stood on them. But I'll be honest with you, there's a couple of times that's happened. But a lot of times he will literally take straight to his little play table, which has got like a little sand area, and that's it, all sand. He's like, more colours, gets it in. Scooping and filling is one of his favorite things at the moment.
I think that's the beauty of sensory play, though, isn't it? A lot of times, some parents, like, if you're new to getting into sensory play, it's not a complicated thing. Just give your children like the basic resources, whether it be coloured sand or chickpeas or whatever. It doesn't even have to be colour. Just give it to them and see what they do, because they know what they want to do in their head. And
that's it. They've got their own imagination. Is you, rather than doing a real big setup, especially if you're new to it, is just put something very simple out. I know when I started doing this in lockdown with my little boy, is I would just literally put a bowl or 2 bowls of sand out, and then empty tray, and literally just a scooper, just to see what he did with it, to see what he wanted to do with it as well. And this is where they're then learning, you know, what they want to do.
Definitely. I can attest it keeps them entertained for such a long time, because my daughter, who is coming up for 18 months, she requests chickpeas all the time. She points at the jar that they're stored in, and she will just, I mean, they all end up, she eats them and they end up on the floor, but obviously it keeps her entertained for such a long time, because she just is so fulfilled by that sensory experience of like feeling them fingers. And I mean, when you add scoops and bowls and these beautiful boards in, it just upgrades that play, and you know, kids can go do more with it. But it is just so simple as chucking the things at them and seeing what they do.
Putting it all in a tray. Like, a lot of our boards will fit into like a normal size tray as well, and then just chuck anything in. Felt balls. I've ripped up loads of like dried leaves before to make like nature confetti, put all that in. Especially when it's this. What I mean, when it's autumn, the ideas just go mad. It looks great, you know, and the kids know what they want to do, and they have so much fun doing it.
For sure. Well, that leads, you've just answered the next question, was what is the best way to introduce sensory play and your boards to children? And you've summed it up beautifully.
I would just say it's just keeping it easy to start with. That's one of the things, is keeping it easy to start with. And then just go by what they want to do, you know, let them take the lead, and then just keep adding little bits in, you know, to get them excited.
Definitely. Fab, thanks.
So I'm interested to hear about how your little boy plays with your boards.
Which one's his favourite?
His favourite, our dinosaur collection, definitely. We have a dinosaur fanatic little boy. We probably have 100 dinosaurs in our living room. That was one of the funniest things with our dinosaur collection was when we were making the dinosaurs is there's so many to choose from. What ones are the best ones? So, and also what looked like a dinosaur as well. So Toby definitely had full reign on that designing with Dan on which ones were going to be in that dinosaur collection. The T-Rex is one of his ultimate favorite ones. He quite likes the pre-writing board as well. He always thinks he gets me to do it while he's doing it, and he thinks it's a race who can do all the lines the quickest. But I think it's a bit hard to choose his exact favorite. He is obviously quite lucky, as it is our business. He does have all the boards. We have made a few little custom ones for him as well. The great thing is the name boards just are so important, I think, as well. Is Toby missed out. He wasn't a key child during COVID, so he did miss out a lot at school, like preschool and nursery. And having that name board it's just amazing to see him, you know, go with either the wooden stylist or with his finger, and then he just goes down onto the paper. Yes, it's not perfect, right, his name, but it's great that he can work out to do a T just by doing the motion on top of the board to then doing it onto the paper. And that's one for me, one of my favorites, because I can see him learning from it absolutely amazingly. But no, I'd definitely say the dinosaur collection. The T-Rex is mostly his favorite.
Fabulous. Is there any unique or creative ways that you've seen your boards used, like played with, and thought, I never thought of that? Like, is there any way that, you know, as a customer come up with a random thing that you've been like,
yeah, there is actually. I think every day when I go on Instagram, because I do all the social media, is as we get tagged, I always say to people, please tag us, because we'd love to see people using our boards. And, you know, we share them for inspiration for other play accounts and other people and everything like that. But there was one, I've got to give full credit to Lindsay. She's actually one of my reps. She's been one of my reps for ages. Little Dear's Childcare. She was the first person to do crayon rubbing over the top of our board. She did it with our reindeer board. If I'm correct, it was that one. It's in the Christmas collection when we first launched. And I remember her posting it because she has a childcare centre, and she put this paper over the top of them all and let the kids with my Pebble collection and crayons rub over them. And I just thought, that's absolutely brilliant. At that point, I had no idea to even do that. I could be hands down, we didn't know to do that. We never thought of that idea. She just posted it on Instagram going, you know, crayon rubbing over the top of a DrawMe board. I was blown away. I was like, wow, there's a whole nother... something so simple, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know you could do that. So Lindsay definitely started that. That was one of the ones where I was like, wow, that's incredible. They obviously it sounds a bit. We always say the Play-Doh ones are always amazing. It always fascinates me is what everyone does with Play-Dohs. I know Em's done something recently with a brand's Play-Doh, which is kind of multicolored on our star mandala. Which just looks insane, how it's all come out with the textures. But we do say not all Play-Dohs work with our boards. So just as a little disclaimer, not all Play-Doh does work with our boards. There has been one where I've used before and it has completely stuck to the board. So please, you know, like we're not pushing it. That's why you won't really see us kind of promoting it as such. But some Play-Dohs, if you look at the accounts online on Instagram, see what Play-Dohs these accounts are using, where they're not, you know, working well, go for it. But that always, when we do see that, the Play-Doh imprints, we're like, wow, that's amazing. That's great. Nature confetti, love it. I think a couple of people have started taking our boards outside, which is really exciting, using mud with them. Again, disclaimer, please don't get them wet. Do not get them wet. That's one of the things I will say. But it's not, you know, dry mud. Just like, you know, with stones, little stones in the gaps. It looks amazing. It looks really good. Get outside, find nature treasures, and use that with the boards.
Fabulous.
Definitely.
Yeah, just reiterating how its simplicity is key. Like your kids can use anything within reason, but like, you know, like you say, little stones, like just also they have to then find, you know, the right size stones to go into it. So it's a whole thing for them. So yeah, I look forward to actually,
you know, to fit in the gap, and little twigs as well. Like we've got a mushroom, and you've got to get the twigs the right size. I've seen that on Instagram as well, and that's great. We love that.
Really good for stimulating their minds, isn't it? Really fabulous.
Amazing.
And last question, what is your favorite design?
My favorite design. That is a real tough one. I think the flower mandala, that's one of my favorites. I think that's a lot of people's favorites. I really like the daffodil board as well. That is another one of my favorites as well. I'm trying to think of my all-time favorite one. It's quite difficult to think, actually.
Does Dan have a favorite that he's designed?
I think he doesn't really have a favorite of his design. He still always goes that gingerbread man, you know, the original one he created. He was a bit like that, you know. That's my favorite because that's kind of made DrawMe what it is today. Every time he designs a mandala and he comes in with them, I'm always like, wow, that's my new favorite. Easy. And I think he shocks himself at how well it looks. Like the bee mandala, that at the moment is probably one of my favorites. But I do love also as well, the daffodil board. So many people have used that in so many ways. I always think that's good. And the flower mandala, because that's cute.
All of the boards. All of the boards.
It's hard because we've got so many. It's a bit like, oh, which one is your favorite? I'm looking at them all on the side there.
Oh, I was hoping you might slip up then and like be like, oh, the blah blah board, and it's one that you've not released yet. And I was like, I was hoping.
To be fair, this is it. I keep thinking, there's a couple of things what we are heading to the website real soon, and I keep just on the tip of my tongue. I'm like, oh no, there is one thing which will be heading to the website soon, which we've done, and it's something so simple, but I just love it.
Oh, I really want to know. I literally so want to know.
Oh, I know, and it's really funny because Em's smiling because she's like, "Oh, I know."
It's so good.
I will get it out of her.
That's it. Once this is finished, you can be like, "Right, tell me now what the new bits are coming."
Definitely. Well, thank you for answering our wonderful questions, and I think now it's time for a little quiz. Now, last time we did this, we did a couple of quizzes. Oh. Emmy has just left a question here. Where do you see the company in the next 5 years? This is a very Dragon's Den type question.
Next 5 years. So we are currently looking to, I don't know if I should say this online. We're currently looking to move. We're currently looking to buy a new house. And we want to have an actual studio on the side of the house as well. And our workshop to be close to home. So then Dan's not doing as long hours, everything like that. I would love, and I have no idea how it would even work with kids, and Dan's got a full-time job, and I've still got my nail business as well, is to have like a little shop where people can come in and actually see all our products for themselves and actually use them. Is to have things set up where someone who follows all these player accounts, and I was one of these people, I followed so many player accounts as inspiration, but I was like, I have no idea how to use it. Where do I get everything? Where do I even start? Is to actually come in and have it all set up for your little one to start playing with it, and then just giving them that inspiration and that, you know, bit of motivation to kind of go, right, okay, that's what I need to do. So we would like to have like little activities, groups, if that's the right word.
That sounds wonderful.
What people can, you know, obviously we are Lincoln based. We can't do it around the whole of the UK. But maybe that might be something in 5 years' time. We might be doing like a little tour. You never know.
Awesome question. Okay, so Emma's put together some questions, a little quiz. Now, sadly, I am not down with the sound effects because Charlotte got these amazing sound effects, like which made it with like round of applause and cheering. I can't work that out. I will know for next time. But all sound effects aside, Em's gonna test you. She's gonna quiz you on your product knowledge. It's just a bit of fun. But I'm just gonna go and grab my daughter, and I'll be back. But you start, and yes, I'll be back in a minute.
There's no prize other than yes, baby glory if you get them all right.
Okay, I'm really scared. I'm scared.
So these are all off the DrawMe products. So we're starting off with on your little alphabet cards.
Yep.
What image is on the letter N?
Nose. Is it nose?
Correct. Well done. Yeah.
I didn't realise it was going to be this in detail. Well, I had no part in designing those, so that was a complete fluke that I knew that one.
Oh, hey, Samaya.
Hi, sorry, she just.
Yeah, good timing.
Oh, bless her. What is on the letter H?
I think it's house.
Yeah, correct. Well done.
Yes.
And what is on the letter V?
V. Is it violin?
No, volcano.
Volcano. Of course it's volcano, because we've got a dinosaur lover. I don't know why I would put that as no violin. Threw me with that one. Got two right though, so I'm happy with that.
Very good. Because some of them, they weren't exactly what I would be expecting for those letters. I thought that's quite interesting how you chose them. How many mandala boards do you have?
How many? Okay, so how many are on the website now?
On the website now, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Just because there has been some, I think we may have taken like one or two off. So that's why I'm going with what's on the website now. What's on the website now? So we definitely have the bee mandala, the star mandala, the flower mandala. We have now, is the snowflake mandala still on there? I'm going to go with yes, just in case. We have the, here we go. I'm just thinking, what does Dan oil into the night? Because the mandalas take the longest to oil. Everything is hand oiled.
Wow.
All those little cracks and everything like that, it's all hand done. So I'm thinking, which ones is he up till about midnight oiling? So yes, we've got the star, the bee, star. I'm going to go with 5 because we've got the sunflower as well.
There were 7 when I checked last night.
There was 7.
I think there's a heart mandala.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a sound effect. Oh, okay. Yes, we have the heart mandala because that was for the Valentine's
And
ring.
there is another one, but I can't remember which one that is. The sunflower as well. So you had the flower and the sunflower.
Yes, the sunflower, the bee, the snowflake.
Oh,
I can't remember if the
snowflake.
snowflake was still on there or not.
Yeah, it's still on there.
Some of them for the seasons we take
Oh,
off.
an Easter egg. The
The Easter egg, yes. See that, to be fair,
Eden.
I think that may be coming off the website. That's my fault, guys.
Wow, this was really long, Eden. Really rubbing salt in the wound.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm going to get a text in a minute from my husband going, I cannot believe you've got that wrong. I can feel my ears burning right now.
Oiling these boards and
Yeah, literally. He was up till 20 to 1 this morning oiling boards.
Oh, bless him.
He's literally going to kill me right now for not getting that right.
So the next question is, name the shapes on your shape board.
Okay, now there's one. I'm literally going to get killed for this one as well because I always get it wrong. So we have the square, the rectangle, the circle. Wow, that puts you off. That's that noise. Okay, the square, the rectangle, the circle, the triangle. Square, rectangle, circle, square. Did he put a star on? So circle, square, rectangle, triangle. I want to say a hexagon. This is the one where I was going with. The hexagon. And I'm going to go with a star as well.
So you've done one too many and missed one.
Sorry, okay. So we're going to go circle, triangle, square, rectangle. No, we didn't go for a rectangle because that would be too long, so it wouldn't fit in the design. That would be why. So yes, we have the square, the circle, the triangle, the star.
That's right.
The hexagon.
Yeah, and one more.
And one more, which will be down in the corner. I don't think he definitely didn't put a heart on there. He couldn't have.
He put a pentagon.
Pentagons. This is it. Hexagon and pentagons and all that. I'm not
So
great.
I had to check with my husband what they were called last night.
Yeah, what that actually was. It's okay. I'm fine. Oh God.
So the next question: what
he
mini?
does all the designing. I don't.
That's fine.
Design.
What mini beast shapes do you sell in your little loose parts set?
In the new one.
Yeah, the new one.
We just updated it. So we have 2 butterflies, one facing forward and one facing to the side. We have an ant. We have a ladybird. We have a bee. We have a caterpillar. We have a worm, and a snail. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I did have some part in designing that one. So that's probably why I knew that one.
The next question, so I may not know the answers to the next question, so you might actually have to enlighten me on this one. But can you name all the leaves on your leaf wheel?
Yes, I can. Yes, so we have an oak leaf. It's maple or sycamore. It depends, because that's one of the hard things at the moment is, do you have the English one? It's a maple sycamore. We have the beech leaf. I'm just going round in a circle. Oak, maple, sycamore, the beech leaf. The beech leaf. Oh, this is going to be... What did he put on there?
I feel like some of your reps are going to be shouting through the screen at you. Okay. Don't forget this one.
I'm not gonna lie, my phone is flashing as we speak. So it's really great. For God's sake, get it right. I'm just thinking of the bottom bit. I know it's definitely got maple, the oak, the beech. I don't think we've got ivy on there. If Katie, if you are watching, you can stop screaming at me through my messages. I can't open them. I feel like that's cheating.
So I've got.
Go.
Do you want me to go for it?
Yeah.
Are you still going? Do you want to have another guess?
The oak. I'm just looking around. I definitely didn't put my stayer on there. What did we put on there? Again,
so I've got sycamore, chestnut.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is it a chestnut leaf? It looks like a chestnut leaf.
Oh, here we go. Here's my husband commenting, going, am I allowed to help via the comments?
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
Right,
I've got sycamore.
You tell us what they're on there. There you go, Em. He will answer the question for you.
He says oak. Oh, someone said oak. I can't see what that is. Horse chestnut.
Yeah, this is Dan. Come on, Dan, be quicker. Like, do you even know?
He sat there checking Instagram.
Yeah, that's it. He's on the Instagram going, what's going on? What's going on right now?
Poplar. Oh, poplar. Okay, that's one I didn't get.
Yes, poplar. Yeah, that's my fault. It must. I think it's just a bit slow going to.
I've put ash down and birch.
Birch is on there. Birch is definitely on there. Birch, I know that one's definitely on there. I've definitely missed that one off.
Poplar, yeah. I think then poplar was one we were missing.
Yeah, I think.
And you did say oak. I think we'll give you that.
I did.
Between you.
I'm just literally checking our report just to see. Yeah, that's because Dan's helped me. He's probably like, oh my god. Yeah, so we definitely got the oak, the maple, the beech, the poplar. I don't know which. Yeah,
and birch. That's right.
There's one more. There's one more which just I would have no idea what it is. Well, I would. I don't right now. I feel really under pressure right now, so like my mind's just completely gone.
So then the next question.
Go for it.
The next question I put on your measuring twigs and measuring worm boards. What length are the rulers?
They're
both the same.
I think, if I'm right, because we had a conversation about this on where to stop it. I want to say 3 centimeters is the first one, and then I think he's done it where it goes up in 3, 6, 9, 12. No, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I know, because we did think, should we start with 2? Because obviously, like 2, 4, 6, 8, it'd be a little bit easier for kids with mathematical side. But then it just looked too tiny, so we went to the 3. You know, be all right.
Well done. And then the final question before bonus question is how many animal boards, including birds, do you have on the website currently?
Sensory boards.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. So just make. Okay. So we obviously just launched our new collection, which has 4 in. So that's the Safari collection. You have bird board, all the animals. Squirrels on there. Wow. It's also trying to think what we've taken off. So we've definitely got the new 4 ones. We've got the bird one, which is very, very popular. We've got, and then we've got the rabbit. I'm going to go with the rabbit still on there. Squirrel still on there. I'm going to keep going because I do know is squirrels on there. The rabbit, the chick is on there. Okay, at a really random guess, because I just have no idea. Bearing in mind, I do have a 6-month-old who gets up like 3-4 times a night, so I'm going to put that as sleep deprived. I'm going to
totally
go
with 9, you on that one.
9 or 11.
10.
10.
So close.
I'm so close. So close.
I've got the bird, the rabbit, the turtle, squirrel, owl, chick, elephant,
right.
giraffe, lion, and monkey.
Yes. Yeah.
And your bonus question, and Dan will probably know the answer to this one, is how many segments are in your sunflower mandala?
Are you joking me?
That's horrible.
That is horrible. Oh, wow. Okay, so I ordered one of those the other night, so I should know how many times I sat there putting like the little picture. How many? I know Dan's like commenting. So let's go with how many segments? This is going to be a completely random guess, but I'm going to go with 34.
48.
48.
Yeah.
I
counted them all last night.
You counted them all.
It's actually not too bad. You can do them in 2s.
Oh, there you go. I'm now thinking. I'm like, I wonder if it's. I wonder if the flower mandala's got 24. Something has. That's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to be counting all the segments now, just in case anyone, sends us a message going, "I want to ask you this one now," just in case.
That was really hard. That was
a hard one. I feel like it should give me a different bonus one. I feel like I should have another go at this for the bonus question.
Oh, I haven't got any others. That's it. I'm all questioned out.
Someone got it really close though. Someone commented 40.
Yeah.
Well
done, Emmy. So yeah. Well, I mean, that was a challenge and a half, but I would like to thank you two for both being good sports. For coming up with those amazing questions.
Yeah, talk about being hard questions. You said you'd be nice to me.
That's I'm not on the rep team anymore, am I? Struck off.
That's another message through going, "Oh, I'm really sorry, it's terminated now. See ya."
But Nikki, honestly, thank you so much for giving us your afternoon to do this. It's been really, really lovely to chat to you. And
thank you guys for having us. We really appreciate it.
I mean, we Yes BB love your products, obviously, otherwise we wouldn't stock them. But on a personal level as well, I really, really love them. So it's been really nice to chat to you and get to know more about the brand, talk about sensory play, and discover some new ways to play with your boards. So thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for having us. And any questions, our direct messages are always open.
Fabulous. And thank you so much for pulling this
together.
Thank
you for having me.
Thank you, Em. And I will see you on direct messages later, Emma.
She's in trouble now. Oh, we love you, Nikki. So it's Katie.
Oh, that's Katie. Yeah, it's like I said, she was Katie's she's amazing. She's definitely helped us build our brand from the beginning.
Amazing. 100%.
It's amazing that we've just got such a big support from everyone, and such loyal customers. We're so grateful, so grateful.
Oh, well, you know where you can find your boards. Shop Yes BB. We'll share the link momentarily on our social medias. But yeah, thank you so much, and we hope to chat to you soon. And we can't wait to see all the new things that are coming out. So yes, everyone give DrawMe Lincoln a follow on social medias. And yes, oh, Teresa's just said, just found your page from this.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank
we go.
Thank you for joining us, everyone who's viewed, and we'll be back tomorrow. Actually, we've got another live tomorrow with Ruby Cup as part of Eco Week. But yes, thank you, everyone, and we will catch up with you later. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.